that stage was?
If this is the correct way to start, better to stay home, because first corner I went completely out. I lost like 5 seconds, so it was a disaster stage from my side. And in a race like this, that is important to start with the correct road position. Like this is difficult, so I don't know. We made some changing during the service before to go here, because yeah, the test was not properly done. So it's like it is. We went in the wrong way.
Yeah, Mabellini needs to pick himself up from that, doesn't he? It's not, as he said, it's not the best start, and you know there's a few negative comments. It's unusual from Andrea Mabellini, but a tough start. And for road position for tomorrow, we're already seeing a dirty road here. It is going to be a lot of cutting throughout the whole weekend. It is important to be as far up the order as possible. John Armstrong's already completed, as we see Mads Østberg here, who's beginning his 300th event. So right now, it's Marchik fastest through qualifying, then Østberg, then Armstrong, then Mabellini. Østberg, also a driver who has experience of Croatia. For Mille Johansson, this is going to be a first opportunity to compete on Croatian roads. But let's cross out to title contender number 3, John Armstrong.
John, it's not been long since your victory at Ceredigion. Now on to the next challenge. Are there any comparisons you can draw between these two rallies? Anything that might play into your hands?
No, they're very different rallies, to be fair. So it'll be tricky to make big comparisons, but okay, we just need to try and stay in a good rhythm, and it's so tricky in this one with all the pollution. So you have a moment slides, and you're not always on the perfect rhythm, but it's a long rally and very, very tricky, so let's see what will happen.
I think the only comparison that's going to be drawn is actually the weather come Sunday, because it does look like it is going to be very, very rainy conditions on Sunday. But John Armstrong and the whole M Sport team as well, Jules, bouncing off a great result in Ceredigion, a 1-2 there for them and Robert Jurgensen. Of course, let's cross out to Mads Østberg, second fastest right now.
To the ERC. We've not seen you since Rome, and it's a tricky rally to come back to. What are your hopes for this weekend?
To learn how to drive again. I forgot.
How was that stage?
I don't know. I was a passenger as well, so it was good to sit in on it, so I enjoyed it.
Mads has a new co-driver with him this weekend in Lorcan Moore, who I think is on his 18th event of the season. Lorcan, he's been competing in the Middle Eastern Championship at home in Ireland, in WRC and ERC. He's been a busy boy, so a lot of experience alongside Mads this weekend. That's Mille Johansson now, who's completed 3.8 seconds off the pace of Mikko Marchik. Marchik's time still the fastest here in qualifying. 3:55.9 is the time to beat.
I like Mads. It's nice to go along with it. It's kind of like as if like, oh my word, this was like kind of nothing I was expecting.
This is what we're going to see throughout the whole weekend. Make sure you're watching with us, because these stages are hugely, hugely demanding. Look how messy that section is there.
Somebody who is used to driving with a lot of cutting and a lot of like messy roads is Wagner. You know, in Austria there is that dirt that keeps getting pulled out, so something he's more like used to than maybe some other drivers.
Mille, welcome to Croatia. Your first time here and a lot of big names around you. What are your hopes for the weekend?
First of all, just to get the experience and take the car to the finish. But yeah, for sure we would like to get a good feeling and good confidence for Central Europe in a couple of weeks. So yeah, we are mainly here just to get some more tarmac driving and to be in good shape for Central Europe. Thank you.
Obviously, when he goes to Central Europe, it's a completely different car though as well, but it just does give him some tarmac running.
As you said, multiple Austrian champion. He sealed his 5th title this year. Simon Wagner is used to the pollution on the roads, but still, it is, as we keep saying, and we're going to keep saying throughout the whole weekend, this is a tough, tough event. I met some of the drivers yesterday on the recce, and their eyes were wide at some of the stage ends, especially the power stage. The Sunday stages, we have a brand new stage which hasn't even been used in in WRC, which is on Sunday morning, and it's an eye-opener.
That's what we like.
Simon Wagner then 3.1 seconds adrift of Miko Marcik's time. So still Marcik, who's reigning supreme here in qualifying. A huge good morning to you wherever you're watching the final round of the European Rally Championship. Can't believe it's the final round. What a season we've had, and we'll be recapping on the entire season throughout the weekend. And especially tonight, join us for our opening show at the ceremonial start this evening. Let's hear from Simon Wagner, though. Let's get his thoughts on what the plan is going to be for him this weekend.
Good morning. Your first time competing in Croatia, first time at this rally in particular. What new challenges are you expecting this weekend?
Yeah, very tricky stages, to be honest, but very looking forward. Tire decision for quali, for sure not the best, but we are hoping it will be fine for the rally.
Now, what's interesting, he mentions tyres there. You know, the conditions here this weekend, we're looking at about 3 degrees cooler than it should be at this time of year, plus the rain. That is going to affect, obviously, what they decide to do with tyres out there. We'll be following that very closely from Saturday morning. So Simon Wagner, 4th fastest. Let's watch Jakob Matulka launch into this qualifying stage. It should have been Romit Jørgensen who was next on the road. Romit Jørgensen, unfortunately, has gone off the road in free practice. Crew are okay, but the car was just stuck there, Jules.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He just kind of like couldn't get it back on without like a tow truck, and obviously free practice to qualifying isn't a huge amount of time. Tell you what I haven't noticed from anybody's on board or the helicopter shot is where he is, but they're off just slightly off the road and they couldn't get it back on, which is frustrating because as you've seen how much dirt is on the road. Also time in the car they need, because they had a storming performance through in Ceredigion, so it would have been puts them on the back foot. You know, there's a couple of people on the back foot already.
You can see now from the heli here the cuts Matulka was taking, plenty of them, and I think, you know, that's the beauty of this rally. I say the beauty of this rally, it's the danger of this rally. Those cuts, the higher up the road you go, the better. So, which is why Miko Marcik will be smiling right now, knowing no one has beaten his time yet. But it's more than just the cuts about this event, it's the complexity of the stages.
Obviously Matulka coming here as Polish champion now, won that a couple of weekends ago in the gap between Wales and here.
You know, he's had a good season obviously at home claiming the championship, but also we've seen some great pieces of pace from Matulka in ERC as well.
Yeah, there's been some good pace, been a couple of bumps, but it's his first time at this level on a full campaign, so the speed is high and you've got to sink or swim, and you've got to jump in and have a go, you know, and sometimes you make a little couple of errors just because it's so different to what you're used to. So the winning the Polish Championship will give him a lot of confidence, and then coming into here, it's minimum 2-year program that you need, 2 to 3 years, I think, at this level. We're seeing it with Mabellini now, how they're right in there. Marcik, you struggle on a first year just because everyone around you's got another year on top of you, so you need to like build.
If you are just joining us, a bit of a recap in terms of time set so far in qualifying. Miko Marcik has set the fastest time, 3:55.9 is the time to beat on the board. Osberg, second fastest to that, despite the fact Osberg felt like a passenger in his own car and said he didn't have the best of drives, it was just he got through. He is second fastest right now. John Armstrong, third fastest. Then it's Wagner, Mabellini, Johansson.
It is a massively demanding rally, which I like. I mean, when we were speaking to John Armstrong this morning, he was saying it's like nothing else, but it's great because it's so different, and that's the great thing. You've got to have all these. That's a very, very good time.
It's a great time on the board. Look at that from Jakub Matulka. Third fastest, just 9/10 of a second. Adrift of Miko Marcik. Like we said, he has had a fantastic season. It's a massive boost to his confidence. Sealing the Polish Championship. What can he do here on the final round? Simone Tempestini surging now into the stage. You know, we talk about battles, duels within, obviously right to the front in the top 3 for the championship. Also other battles.
Jakub, firstly, congratulations
this weekend
on the Polish Championship, but now a new adventure awaits. Third fastest time in that qualifying stage. Will you be hoping for more of the same this weekend?
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is going to be a super big challenge. The stages looks really tricky with all the cuts, with all the pollution. Yeah, I think it was a good run. If it's third time, then I think it was quite okay. Yeah, need to be careful. A lot of how do I say it? Just hard places awaits us. You don't know when they will come, but yeah, we'll try to keep it on the road. Thank you.
Yeah, that's got to be the plan this weekend. Yeah, as I said, lots of championships to be decided. The Teams Championship is going to be a great one to watch this weekend with Team MRF tyres and M Sport Ford going head-to-head to win the Teams Championship.
Yeah, and I think it's great. We've got, as you say, we said right at the start, 5-ish. I think there's five championships up for grabs, which is great. But yeah, it's Tempestini part of the MRF, Eric Size part of it, Lauri Una, all of these drivers coming in.
Yeah, and I mean, Lauri Una has got, he's done this event 3 times previously, good amount of experience. They've really looked at who can do well on tarmac firstly and who's got experience in Croatia.
Yeah, I think obviously Lauri's got to learn the tyres, that's the thing, and how, yes, he's got the experience of the rally, but he needs to learn the tyres. How good was his test? How much time did he get on the MRFs? But yeah, it's fascinating, and it'll be something. I can't say we'll be able to keep you right up to date because it's an ever-changing thing, but we will do our best.
We will do our best during the weekend, but it's been a fascinating season. Certainly from an MRF perspective, you know, they've had different drivers come in who've had different levels of confidence behind the wheel, and Korhonen came in and won straight away on his opening event. It's been really interesting to see how they've chosen the drivers this year that they'll support and what those drivers are then delivered for the team. And it all comes down now to the final round in the battle for that team's championship.
As well as teams, tyres, there's a tyre championship, you know.
Yeah, the tyre championship to be decided as well.
Michelin, Pirelli, MRF, Hankook, all 4 tyre brands that we have represented this weekend. Michelin
like you said,
and Pirelli out towards the front of that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's going to be, yeah, you need to watch this weekend. We've got so many battles to be fought across these really challenging roads. So many titles to be decided. We've got a white chalkboard, calculators, and an abacus here in commentary, just to make sure that we know what's going on.
I did think about getting like a chalkboard, and we could kind of like just keep it updated.
And some slate.
Yeah, we need something. It is only a short rally for ERC standards, you know, but it's such a demanding one. Miko Marcik said it feels like the longest because there's so many things that are going on in the event. But
yeah, 10 stages, 180 competitive kilometres.
We're normally about 200, aren't we, for an ERC, so... That is...
8th fastest,
yes.
So 4.1 seconds off the pace, still Miko Marcik. Right now, he is leading the way, but Tempestini with 4 minutes.
They're laughing away in that car. I don't know what they're laughing at, but they're laughing away, giggling.
I think for many of them, after what we've seen some mistakes already from, you know, our guys within the top 3. It's been a tough qualifying stage. Maybe there has been a little moment or two for Simone. We'll find out anyway with Holly McRae, who's at the stop control for us.
You know, Mabellini, he's sitting in 6th quickest, having had that bit of a nightmare run. Car setup-wise, offs, not attitude, but his manner. He was just downbeat, wasn't he?
Yeah, very much.
He could be saved with this road getting dirtier and dirtier and dirtier.
It's been a tough season for you in the ERC, but great to see you back and smiling at the final round. What are your hopes for this event? How do you hope to wrap up the season?
Thanks to MRF, we are here again. Croatia Rally, it's a really nice event, first time for us. And for sure this shakedown qualifying stage is not the easiest way to start, but we get into the rhythm and we will try our best during the weekend. Thanks to all the fans and partners who are supporting us.
Thank you.
There we go. Simone Tempestini. Let's have a look at Eric Seiss now then, who has been here in Croatia twice previously. So I think, Jules, it's good to have, you know, even if some of the stages have changed a little, it's good to have an understanding of what the stages are like, what this unique surface is like.
I think particularly if it gets a bit wet in places, because it's even at World Championship level, the drivers are saying it's like nothing else. And if you're coming here for the first time, yeah, when it's wet, you know it gets slippier. But apparently this is next level slippy.
7th fastest then for Eric. That's 3.4 seconds off the pace right at the front. And yeah, we're getting a number of drivers through now. The road is getting dirtier. Remember, they've already had free practice on this road. You can see where the cuts are being made, where the gravel is being dragged on, where some of the mud is being dragged on. So it is going to be tough now to be delivering a time that could potentially beat Mika Marchek's.
Yeah, I'm just looking now who else. I'm not really looking. I mean, I'm not favouring anyone here, but for our championship fight, we've got one in fastest. Armstrong is 4th fastest, Mabellini 6th. What I'm trying to not do is have a situation where one of our championship challengers is way out the back door and is massively handicapped.
Good morning, Eric. You have a couple experiences of competing on these roads before. Tell us, how important is qualifying and getting a good road position tomorrow?
Well, good morning. Yeah, the qualifying is really important for tomorrow, because we can see it here how much everything is on the road: stones, dust, gravel. So it's really difficult here. We made several mistakes, so let's hope the time will be at least quite okay. But yeah, I'm thankful to be here, thankful to MRF, and we are really looking forward. Thank you.
Norbert and Francesca Meyer now. Great to see them in action again.
It'd be nice to see a bit more this year. I'm hoping the sporadic outings they've had this year is a little bit of a precursor to next year. They've done, obviously,
You hearing anything?
No, but you know they've done very, very well at home in this car. So they finished on the podium only last weekend. So what I'm hoping is 2 or 3 events here this year. Then come on, we've been in Romania. Let's now go one step up. The question is what car, you know? I mean,
they've been super consistent
yes.
at home in Romania. 2nd position on the gravel and the asphalt outings that they've done on every event, pretty much.
That is, they've gone 5th fastest there, right? When you look at where they are on the road, that's the best performance for about 4 cars. So. But quick on tarmac, they've always been quick on tarmac of the Myers.
And always great to see Norbert Herksig, who we're following right now, but let's cross out to the stop control.
Norbert, welcome back to the ERC. The last time you competed on these roads was in Rally 3 machinery. How are you expecting it to differ in Rally 2?
In this moment, I don't know, because it was really tough. A lot of stones everywhere. We had also some little moment, but yeah, at the beginning, and that's why we tried to push after. So we lost maybe 1 second maximum, but yeah, everything good. We feel good in the car. Yeah, it's unbelievable. The pace of the qualifying in ERC is like crazy. Every corner you need to use also all the millimeters of the road. So yeah, interesting experience, and now we need to focus on the rally. I don't know exactly the result. Hope that we don't start in the last positions, but yeah, let's see.
I think he's going to be pleasantly surprised, actually, when he sees his results. He's 5th fastest right now, Norbert Meyer. To a different Norbert, that is Norbert Herzig, who does have experience here in Croatia from 2023. He's 11.4 seconds off the pace,
That's
though.
a long way off the pace. Has he had a story to tell somewhere? Because Norbert Herzig, he won a rally at the weekend. So he
I don't know. We'll find out if there has been a little mistake in here, maybe. But you can see the qualifying results there on the screen. Miko Marcik still very much at the top of the table.
Martin Witlek into the stage, Masters champion now, because his closest rivals haven't turned up. So we have our first champion crowned. I don't think that's one of the 5 we were talking about earlier on, because we've already know that they have won a championship, so that's great for them.
Norbert, good to see you smiling. Your time is quite a little off of the pace. Was there a story to tell in there, or just getting used to the car?
Yeah, everything was okay. A little bit was dirty, the road, but we were a little bit, I made a little mistake at the right corner, a little bit hit the front right wheel. And after some kilometers, I checked the car that maybe something happened or not. And therefore we were a little bit slow, but this rally is very, very long, so no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Yeah, for Martin, fantastic previous 2 events in Zlin and in Ceredigion. What a season. We were waiting for the win to go on the board, weren't we? Because he'd been right up there in Masters, and it happened first time for him this season at Barham Rally. Home event, so it was even more special then.
Yeah, and that's it. The really consistent run. And when we first started the season, the first 2 or 3 rounds, you know, Jos Verstappen was in there. There was 2 or 3 other drivers, and everyone was like, Jos Verstappen's got this, he's got this. And then there was an error, a couple of mistakes from Jost, and then Martin started to like build up the pace and get himself in, and you know, kind of just rewards for basically being a consistent competitor.
So Martin and Jakob complete. We normally have a quick chat with co-driver Jakob in the situations of the stage end. Let's see what Holly does, though. Let's get on board with Roberto while we wait for the stop control.
Jakob, good morning. In starting this rally, yourself and Martin take the Masters Championship. How are you feeling for the event that lies ahead?
Good morning. We are winner for this year ERC Master category. Is good result for us. But this stage was very difficult with many crests and jumps. And but it's nice. We enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that, haven't we? From the coverage already, you can see how difficult it's getting.
Even with very twitchy.
It is very twitchy. There's a lot of movement around the back end.
Lots of movement. I'm not really sure. Like at one point, I thought we had some steering issues. It was wiggling all over the place.
This is Roberto Blatch we're watching right now.
Obviously, we've seen him before during the season in a Skoda. Now he's in a Lorena, a friend Lorena Toyota. Yeah, it was very, very kind of like pointy.
Difficult to get used to and adapt to a car on a stage like this.
Yeah.
We'll say that. 14.2 seconds off the pace at the front of qualifying. If you are just coming into coverage, that's where we're at right now. It is qualifying for road position. All important road position here in Croatia.
Antal Kovacs into the stage. It's a very, very colourful car.
You liking the livery?
I haven't seen it properly, but it looks promising.
Roberto, it's great to see you back in the ERC and in a new car as well. That qualifying would have been a time to test it out. How was it working for you?
Yeah, difficult qualifying. Yeah, new car. We change a lot of things in the loops. So yeah, it's difficult because it's too different, like the Skoda. But I really like it. I enjoyed the stage. So yeah, I think that we can do a good rally tomorrow.
Look at the design on that. Whoever made the wrap for that's had some work, haven't they?
It is very good. Probably the best livery we've seen so far.
A bit late for our competition though, like livery of the season.
They've just missed it, haven't they?
Yeah. All those votes are in now. I don't know who's won. We'll find out Sunday night.
Find out Sunday night at the ERC Awards. But Antal Kovacs with the very vibrant livery is through the stage. 16 seconds off the pace at the front of the field in qualifying. We so far have had 14 drivers who have safely completed. Qualifying is the only competitive stage today. We will, though, be live this evening with our show, talking to all of our title contenders, building up the atmosphere ahead of a huge weekend here in Croatia. Make sure you join us for that. All the behind-the-scenes gossip tonight.
And this is different as well. Andras Hedek, every time I've seen him, he's been in a Ford, now in a Skoda.
Good morning, Antal. Big smile on your face. You've done a lot of rallying in Croatia this year. How will this one be a different challenge?
Yeah, it will be a very good challenge, and it's very, very fantastic feeling to be here. We sat in the car for a long time ago in a normal international race, so we are the defending champions of Croatian Rally Championship. So let's say we know something about from the stages, but it's a really different level. So we try to enjoy this race.
Now, we've seen Andras Hedek across the season in ERC. Best result for him was in Poland when he took the Masters Cup victory there. But yeah, as you say, he's changed allegiance now, car-wise.
Like you say, even remember, like years ago, 4 or 5 years ago in European Championship when we went to Hungary, he was in a Ford. I've only ever seen him in a Ford. So changing again. So, you know, at the final rounds of championships, people are like, okay, either I can't win something, or let's just get a bit of a gauge on where we're going. Let's change car for next season, but let's try and get it in early to get an event under our belt. And he has completed a 4:15.9, I think that was when it popped up. 4:15.4, sorry. There's a real good mix of cars here this weekend. There's some rallies where we are very heavily based on one manufacturer or another, but here there's a really nice mix.
Great to see WRC regular Lauri Jona competing here with MRF this weekend. Man, he does have a good amount of experience here in Croatia.
Andras, one last rally of the season. How are you feeling ahead of Croatia Rally?
The feeling is better. The stage is very tricky. Every corner full gravel. I drive in safety. Thank you.
What can Lauri bring to the party this weekend? And like you said, he's going to have to adapt to certainly the tyres, but I'm sure with his experience that will be a quick adaptation. He's quick. We know he's a quick driver. He's a confident driver. what can he bring to the mix? He's got a good amount of experience here in Croatia, Julian. That's going to be a key factor, right?
Yeah, he's got that. But the whole thing, yes, you need a good car and you need good experience, but you've got to learn your tyres, you've got to know your tyres, and that's the toughest thing, particularly when you're just coming in for like one event on them. But we've gone 11th quickest, so you know, it's for where he is on the road, it's not a bad run. I mean, yes, he always wants more than that, but that road is so messy at the moment.
It is incredibly messy. He's had kind of the worst of the conditions so far, Lauri Unit, but he's come through with a 4 minutes, 0.1 of a second. 4 minutes 1.8, apologies. 4 minutes 1.8.
Even the drivers like Robert Verves, though, who are running a Skoda that they run in the WRC, they're running Hankook tyres. They're not the same Hankook tyres as in WRC, so there's no absolute crossing of kind of data and information. So there's some information that
Lauri, it's good to see you back in the
ERC.
You're no stranger to the roads in this region. What are you hoping you'll learn from this experience?
Of course, we try to finish the rally the first thing, but yeah, we have been here a few times, so I will like to get this advantage for this rally, and of course learning my tarmac skills. But at the same time, we have to also think about the points. So yeah, but it's gonna be a difficult rally as the weather will play a big role. So let's see, but we're really looking forward.
Yeah, the weather is going to play a big role, and if you missed us chatting about it, looks like dry conditions tomorrow, but rain on Sunday. Robert Verves now, Estonian driver who has had a good season in the WRC, took his first ever WRC2 victory on home soil in Estonia. We're going to see him compete, obviously, on gravel here in Croatia this weekend, but he's not slow on this surface either, and that's a fantastic time on the board. That's 4th fastest from Verves, 3:57.3. He is certainly going to be one to watch this weekend.
Yeah, Mabellini now sits 8th quickest, Armstrong 5th quickest, Marchek fastest through. There are 3 main title contenders at the sharp end of the season. Yeah, Verves, what a stage time. These Verves, we were talking about tyres, Verves has an insight to how the Hankooks work, even though it's not a direct tyre that he uses in the World Rally Championship. He's got a base idea of how they work, whereas Lauri Unit, it's a completely new
Robert,
brand.
Good morning. That's 4th fastest in there. You've got a little bit of experience on these Croatian roads. What will be the key things to look out for this weekend?
Yeah, I did it a couple of years ago already, but for sure it's not going to be a clean tarmac rally, and yeah, it's quite unique with its slippery tarmac. So yeah, for sure it's everything else than an easy rally.
Good luck for the challenge.
Yeah, easy does not factor in this weekend. That word is banned from this broadcast. Yuki Yamamoto now, James Fuzzy Fulton alongside in the co-driving seats. Part of the Toyota development program, which we've seen running now a good few years, haven't we, Jules?
Yeah, we have. It's a great program to be part of for these youngsters. Yamamoto continuing his season, and the next generation is on its way. And then I think they just announced their next set of new generation drivers. So
yeah, Toyota certainly put a lot into it, and you know, it's not just about the money and the funding behind it, but they're putting a huge amount of effort into how the drivers develop, and it's not just speed behind the wheel, it's so many other factors as well. And Yuki Yamamoto has been part of the project. Oh, I think he might have just touched the arch there as he came through. It looked as if it was deflating a little. Let's hope not.
I was just checking where his time was, 13th quickest, so the arch deflating.
Well, it just looked as if it might have been just maybe knocked offline, let's hope. But Yamamoto's certainly, you know, benefited from the development program over the past few years. But I guess when there are new drivers coming up, as we've seen this year,
it's under pressure.
You are getting under pressure then to actually show your speed and deliver some really good results.
Welcome to Croatia, welcome to the ERC. A tricky rally lies ahead. What is your plan?
Yeah, just learning whole weekend. Yeah, I know it's tricky rally. I have done once last year, but we don't have gravel crew this year, so yeah, just need to adjust as soon as possible, and yeah, big learning weekend.
Venture now into the stage. Still beautiful blue skies. It's a little chilly out there today, though.
It's deceptive, isn't it? Because it looks really, really nice, but it is cool. Like the wind is cool, but that's not making a problem at all for them out on the road. But when it's deceptive, but it's fine conditions for driving.
I mean, could it be the fact that it is quite a bit cooler, there is rain expected? Could that be easier with the factor of tyre choice this weekend? Because the cooler conditions are set to prevail tomorrow. It's going to be actually below freezing overnight here into tomorrow, and then it creeps up during the day.
It goes up quite a lot, I think, for when it starts to rain, doesn't it? So,
but it's first thing tomorrow morning, which could be really interesting. You know, could there even be some frost out there at all?
Ooh,
by the time we get stages running, you know, temperatures will creep up. But yeah, there's lots of factors to consider, as well as, you know, the culmination of those factors into what the optimum tyre choice is going to be in the morning. Cross back out to Holly. He's doing a sterling job behind the microphone right now.
Good morning. Welcome to Croatia. Your first experience of driving these roads. What did it feel like in the car?
This is a difficult stage. A lot of gravel on the road. We'll see you.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that. We've seen that really from car one. There was a lot of gravel because the stage has been used as free practice, of course. Yeah. So already the cuts were being made, the dirt was being dragged down. It's just got even worse now with all of the cars coming through. Our young Italian driver now, Giovanni Trentin.
He now looks old enough to drive. Because earlier on in the season when we were seeing him on other rallies, I was like, driver, co-driver, you know, when they've not got the crash helmets on, I was like, he doesn't look old enough to have a driving licence. But,
no, he's still only 18 years of age, you know.
But looks really young. But such a nice guy, so polite. But there's a new breed of Italians coming, isn't there? There is this kind of, we've got Mabadini, we've got Roberto Daffra, you know, Giovanni. There's just now starting to become some more Italians.
Cecchi,
in the junior championship.
Yeah, Giovanni's done a number of rallies this year at home within WRC and within ERC now with us here. Getting good experience under his belt for such a young driver. And I think that's the key, isn't it? You know, you have to get the kilometres under your belt, and the more rallies you do, the better. But he's come in straight at the top level with the amount of WRC events that he's done. He's really pushed himself there.
It is all about seat time. It's all about experience. Just every possible moment in a car. So important.
Giovanni, good morning. You have some good experience of rallying in Croatia, but how do these roads compare to what you have rallied before?
I didn't understand nothing.
Tell us how your stage was.
Was crazy, so dirty. So I don't have so much experience in this type of tarmac and in tarmac in general. So it will be a good experience and will be quite difficult.
Thank you.
Pablo Saras and Yannick Roche. Another one of our WRC2 regulars who is coming over to this weekend to just get some more tarmac time. Had a lot of rallies on gravel in the World Rally Championship, and they're coming here, seeing how they can compete with the regulars of European Championship. Also a bit of their own seat time.
Looking really good in that sector. Wow! Throwing the back end out there on that final corner. Just 5 seconds off the pace at the front.
I love that right-hander at the end, because they get the car really, it's a really cambered ditch, and they can really get it hooked in, and it just pulls it around. It's a really nice corner. I like it.
That's a fantastic time then for Pablo Sarrazin, 12th fastest.
Has shown some big speed during the season this year. The rally in Finland, the one before the World Championship event, he was out front and leading in it. Then he did crash, but he was out front, which is pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
Pablo, that's only 5 seconds off the pace in there, and it sounds like you had a good time. How was the stage?
Yeah, we can be happy because this morning we are really fast. So yeah, we did a good improvement. Just I did a little mistake, so we lost maybe 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds. So without that, the time will be really good. So no, we can be happy. Let's see tomorrow, but it will be a really long rally and really difficult.
Just looking over to the co-driver's seat there, Yannick Roche, who's kind of been using for a number of years now as an iPad instead of the traditional pace notebook. And he's really kind of been the one co-driver across the board in terms of the championships. He's really stuck with that.
And it's so different from like using a regular pace notebook. I'd always be a bit fearful.
Well, you worry if your battery go flat, Jules.
Your battery goes flat, and oh man, that's a bit of a nightmare, that is.
I think there are multiple, potential failures, but also, as we've seen, you can also forget your actual pace notebook or take the wrong one. We've seen many co-drivers do that over the years. Yeah.
Okay, Rock Turk here. He's completed 4:10.8. Through thick and fast now, but very successful back home in his national championship. And now, I don't know the last time, if ever, we've seen Brock on a European Championship event. Definitely not this year, anyway. But nice to see some different drivers, and they get a chance. They maybe enjoy it. They think, tell you what, we'll have another go next year.
10 years ago, we last saw him in ERC.
Good morning, Rock. You are the man to beat in Croatia. So tell us what these roads are like. What should we expect from the weekend?
Oh, difficult to say. The big boys cut a lot, so we need to learn a little bit more about the cut. So, yeah, the first one was super surprising, but okay, we are here to enjoy the weekend, and I hope to finish on Sunday with a good mood.
Slovenian driver who has, as Holly said, huge amount of experience in Slovenia, but also on Croatian roads as well. And yeah, interesting insights from him there. But yeah, 10 years ago was the last ERC event he did, which was the Circuit of Ireland.
Circuit of Ireland, wow.
Jaroslav Coulton. Now, we don't have to look too far back to see his last ERC.
No, a regular in our championship. And this team, got to get my name correct on the team, pure and simply because I need to find where he is on my thing.
You just do that.
Well, the J2X, there's so many different kind of names. The J2X team, they won the first round with Nikolai Greyer's in. They won the first round. Seems a long time ago, that does.
Yes,
but,
it really does.
But Jaroslav Coulton being the stable entry during the season for the team. Marchek still out front. Our championship contenders is Marchek, he's fastest. John Armstrong is 5th fastest, with Mabellini in 8th. Mabellini needs to change his car settings, he says, Also, he needs to change his frame of mind. That's probably the downest I've seen Andrea Mavarini at a stop line all year.
But he'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
He will be able to sort himself out.
You need to go
right.
and talk to him.
Okay, I will. I'm Miss Positivity. I'll be over there. Hold on, Andrea, I'm coming.
Yaroslav, a decent time there on your first experience of Croatian rallying. Tell us how the qualifying stage was.
During the stage, we made a small mistake. We lost few seconds. We slid too much and stopped the car on one place. Very dirty, a lot of cuts, specify of Croatia.
Best of luck for tomorrow.
Now, you mentioned there Nikolai Gryazin's team from the opening round, of course, in Sierra Morena. Nikolai Gryazin was on the entry list for this event. Sadly, his co-driver is unwell. They're unable to compete this weekend. That's hugely disappointing. We're sending all our best wishes.
You know, Yaroslav Kolzan saying that he made a mistake. Don't know whether that was a bit of a spinner. 16th fastest out of the 23 that have gone through, so not a bad run considering he made a mistake. So
Piotr Krotosinski now.
there's some pretty cool designs out there, car liveries this weekend. There's a lot of dirt, I think, in the front end of that car. No, there's not. I wasn't sure whether it was the colour scheme or whether there was some dirt in the front. This is that corner I really like, coming in down here. Yeah, there is dirt.
There is dirt, you're right.
Yeah, a lot of scooping.
Is there a story to tell here? Why is there a lot of dirt in the front grille here?
There is one corner that is particularly like big scooping, but that seems an awful lot of dirt that's been hooked up into the front of there. It's 36 down as well. So I think there is a story to tell. See, is it in there then? Yeah, it's in there. Sideways.
Yeah. Wheels onto the grass there.
Yeah.
Look at that. The front
Not
grille
meant
is
to be
gone.
there, yeah, it's not meant to be where there, all that dirt.
Piotr, welcome to Rally Croatia. We were taking a look in the front of your car. Is there a story to tell from the stage?
There are two stories.
Okay.
From the first pass and now. I get a spin, I have turned off the engine, so it was not good start for me, but maybe now it will be better.
Thank you.
There we go. It's not one but two stories. I love that.
Have you got a story to tell?
Two. I love the honesty.
Yeah.
We appreciate the honesty here.
Love it. Love it.
But and this is what we can expect to see tomorrow, you know. Okay, this road had been used...
Two stories to tell.
Well, maybe more than two stories tomorrow. This road had been used earlier on for free practice, so a number of drivers had gone through. But the roads are just going to get increasingly dirtier throughout the day. The amount of cuts that are on the stages, which is why it is so crucial to try and get as far up the order as possible. Miko Marcek right now will be first on the road and will have the cleanest conditions. Then it will be Osberg, then Matulka, Verves and Armstrong. As we look at Zoltan here, you can really see those areas where it's just got so messy.
When it's dry mess, it's so much simpler than wet mess, though. You can see it's just like cut grass on the inside as they go round the corners now. The stones is a different thing, but the grass, it's not mud. It's just grass and dry dirt. But as soon as it starts to rain, then it's just a different story.
Zoltan, hello. Welcome to Rally Croatia. You've had lots of experience of these roads recently. How are you hoping you will do this weekend?
Itt lehetünk, és sajnos nem tudom angolul, de borzasztó jól érezzük magunkat, és nagyon szeretünk ebben a gyönyörű szép országban itt közlekedni. Köszönöm szépen.
sky blue car of Eris Marotti. This will be our last car that we follow here.
Proper colour. It's like baby blue, isn't it? Is that what would that be baby blue? Is that what they all say?
Oh, I think you know your colours well.
Oh, that's a really, that car's quite low, like in ride height. You saw it juddering and bumping along the sump guard in that cut. That'd have been an uncomfy ride. Massive QR code on the side of the car. Somebody in the service park, can you scan it and see where it takes you?
Where it takes us.
Yeah.
Croatian competitor, Croatian driver, most of his career has been spent on the roads. Here at home, 61 years of age, keen to know what his thoughts are on how tough the weekend is going to be out there.
Holly likes a bit of QR coding. We'll get her to scan it.
She's our social queen.
She is, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The ride height was pretty low when we saw it. It doesn't look too bad here.
No, but it was in that where the road was just really cambered on the inside. It was just like as it was going through. I felt uncomfortable just watching it.
Eris, welcome to Croatia Rally. This weekend you will be competing in front of home fans. Tell us what the stages are like in this area.
Sorry, I didn't hear you very well because I have noise in there. But I understand the first part of the question. It's very, very interesting, very slippery, and this is it for me.
Best of luck.
We look forward to seeing Eris throughout the weekend. So this qualifying stage has not been straightforward, has it? We have seen plenty of moments out there. Let's pick up with Mabellini earlier on, Jules.
Well, that electric pole there, he's pleased he missed that, even though he lost, he reckons 5 seconds in that moment. But it was right at the start. Apparently this is where also, there is Jürgensen's car. Robert's car is there, and so, yeah.
It is a tricky lead into that corner, isn't it, by the looks of things?
Yeah, Jürgensen
Mabellini and Jürgensen have demonstrated to us. Miko Marcik, though, reigned supreme on the qualifying stage. He was the fastest man through, which means he will have the optimum road position as we go into tomorrow. There's the classification for you, confirming Marcik's fastest time with 3:55.9, with Osberg 0.8 of a second behind. Then Matulka, great run from Jakob Matulka. Robert Verves was 4th fastest, then Armstrong, Meyer, Wagner and Mabellini to take us to the top 8. Eric Seiss and Mille Johansson round out the top 10 for us. So we will be back in action. We will be live this evening with a show which is very much behind the scenes of the ceremonial start. We'll be chatting to drivers, co-drivers, you name it, we're talking to them about the whole season, about this rally and the big title fight that we have. So make sure you join us at 17:45 this evening. It's the only place to be for the final round of the European Rally Championship. We'll see you then.